What's up guys, NepentheZ here and welcome to the first of the top 100 ratings EA have released. 100 down to 81, so they're doing it in batches of 20 this time around. I think they might have done 20 before anyway. I've got FUTBin open. We're going to take a look at each individual player, basically the upgrades that they've got or downgrades that they've got based on their cards of FIFA 18, and just generally have a little gander at what we're looking at, really. So first off, if you guys could drop a thumbs up on the video, it would of course be very much appreciated. Secondly, if you do hear any banging, drilling, grinding, etc., I am having my house renovated at the moment, hence the change of office, so apologies if there's any disruptions to the video. So Costas Manolas, oh my god. I mean, first and foremost, he's still the same height, which actually is not necessarily something that you think, wait, of course he's the same height. I guarantee you we will see a few players that have changed height in the game. He still has low height work rates. He still has 2-star. So nothing's changed there. However, he has gained 3 pace points, which is insane because he's already rapid as hell. I have a feeling, just based off the fact that Ronaldo is now in the Calcio A, based off the fact that Manolas has now got an upgrade, Milinkovic-Savic we're about to see get an upgrade. I feel like Calcio A or Serie A might be the go-to league this year in FIFA, which will be the first time for the Serie A in about 4 years. It's been Bundesliga, La Liga and Premier League for many years, and I think it was FIFA 14 was the last time that the Serie A had a really, really strong kind of core group of players. So number 100, Costas Manolas. One of the quickest central defenders in the game. The big Greek is a cornerstone in the heart of Roma's defence. Whether he's tasked to mark a tricky forward or play deeper and clean up after his teammates, Manolas is a dependable and well-respected player in the prime of his career. So there you go. Manolas, 83 pace. So he's got 3 bonus pace. He's lost 1 shooting, passing the same, gained 1 dribbling, defending the same, lost 1 physical. Looks like a beast card. Next up, guys, we have got Riyad Mahrez, of course, now of Manchester City. He has been upgraded from an 84 to an 85. The Algerian international exploded onto the global football stage after playing a key role in Leicester City's miraculous run to the English Premier League title in 2016. The winger has only improved since then, making a bold move to join the reigning champions ahead of this season. His 85 pace and 90 dribbling rating means he's extremely dangerous and unpredictable on the right side of any attack. And he's had a pace upgrade, but he's got 4-star, 5-star, which is great. That's the same. The medium is also the same. Obviously left foot. The height is the same. But yeah, he's had a 3 pace upgrade, a 2 dribbling upgrade, a 7 defending upgrade, 2 passing upgrade, 3 shooting upgrade, and 1 physical upgrade. So even though he's actually only gone up overall of a 1, he's actually had a massive upgraded card. And for day one, this card will be great because it's high pace, high dribbling, which will be super important against really poor defenders because there'll be no special cards for defenders. Once he gets a couple of informs, should he get a couple of informs, when he gets like a big shooting boost, this card will genuinely become one of the most overpowered in the game with 4-star weak foot, 5-star skill moves. So really nice card there. Next up, we have got Zlatan. There can be only one Zlatan. So Ibrahimovic downgraded from an 88 to an 85. There's little that can be said about the enigmatic Swede that hasn't been said about himself, Chiappa, but even the latter stages of his career, many would agree that Ibrahimovic is one of the game's dangerous pure strikers. While the LA Galaxy man is solid passer and dribbler, his finishing is still world-class as ever, as evidenced by his 86 shooting rating. And again, he's been upgraded from 4-star weak foot, 4-star skill moves to 4-star weak foot, 5-star skill moves. Same height, same work rates. He's gone down 6 pace, 2 shooting, 4 passing, 3 dribbling. He's gone up 2 defending and down 4 physical. And do you know what? I think for a man who is, 37 years old now, 38 years old, or 36, 37 years old, I think it's fair. I think it's fair. He's playing for the LA Galaxy now. It's not exactly in a competitive league. I think this is a good card. And I think the fact that he's got 5-star skill moves, outside of the fact that he's low pace, I think that will still please a lot of people to be able to use him. And because he does play for LA Galaxy and he is still a class above, he will probably get a whole bunch of informs and special cards and get a super usable like 92, 93, 94 rated card throughout the season. So that would be pretty awesome. Next up, we've got Raheem Sterling. So Raheem Sterling, guys, upgraded 1 from an 84 to an 85. The English winger Sterling is often rightly praised for his blistering speed, but his 87 dribbling ability means that his technique and ball control are almost as impressive. Sterling played a big part in Man City's title run last season. He's improved quite a bit in the process, as evidenced by his stellar ratings. Now, first and foremost, he's got the same pace, 1 dribbling upgrade, 1 shooting downgrade, same passing, 8 physical downgrade, and 1 defending upgrade. By and large, this is actually a worse card than it was last year. Less physical, less shooting, 1 more dribbling, 1 more defending. He's 3-star weak foot, 4-star skill moves still. What I don't actually agree with about this card is 73 shooting. Sterling had a great year last season. Sterling, let me get onto Wikipedia real quick and have a look at his career last season, or his last 2 seasons, to really get an idea. So last year, he scored 23 goals in 46 games for City. In the Premier League alone, he scored 18 in 33, which was a massive upgrade from the year before, where he only scored 7 in 33. And this year, he's already got 2 goals in his first 3 Premier League games. So with that being said, I think it's incredibly harsh to have downgraded his shooting and in general for it to be at 73. I personally think around 80 shooting, maybe 82, 84 shooting would be far better suited for Sterling. That's a joke. That is a joke. Also, it's weird because the upgrade for Mahrez was a huge upgrade over 1 overall. The upgrade for Sterling, not such a huge, almost a downgrade, even though he's been upgraded. Next up, guys, we've got Matuidi. Let me know what you think about Sterling in the comment section as well, guys, because it'd be interesting. Next up, we've got Matuidi. Same pace, 1 more shooting, same passing, 3 more dribbling, 1 more defending, 1 less physical, same work rates, same skill moves, same weak foot. Fierce central midfielder Matuidi, not only impressed with Juventus last season, he also played a crucial role for France in their incredible 2018 World Cup run. Matuidi excels in a deeper holding role, able to clean up in front of his defence and win the ball back with his tireless engine and intimidating physique. Is 85 fair for him? He is a World Cup winner. He is a Serie A winner with Juventus, a Champions League finalist. 85 rated for a guy like that? Maybe that's fair, maybe not. I'll let you guys judge down below. Other than 2-star weak foot, 2-star skill moves, this is a good card. His inform, his 86 and 87 informs I used a lot last year, loved it. I don't know if he'll necessarily be a super overused player this year because of some of the other players that we've got from the Calcio A, but not a bad card at all. Next up, guys, we've got Marco Ascencio. Let me get his card up on the screen here. So he has been upgraded from an 84 to an 85. He's also been position changed from a cam to a left wing. And he has gone up 3 pace, 5 shooting, same passing, 1 physical down, 4 defending up, and 2 dribbling up. He's generally been given a nice boost there. It says, even though the tricky Spanish winger Ascencio doesn't top the charts in any one category, he is above average in several areas. His 81 pace gives him respectable speed for running down the wing, while his 83 passing also lets him create chances from outside the areas. Asensio's shooting rating of 84 makes him extremely goal dangerous when cutting inside, an ability that he also excels at thanks to his 85 dribbling. And yeah, this is actually a really well-rounded card. Would be better suited in a central role. 4-star skill with a 3-star weak foot. Nice and tall at 6 foot as well. I mean, this is a good card, but like when we look at Sterling's 18 goals in 33 games last season, and then we look at when we look at Ascensio's goal scoring feats of last season, he scored 6 goals in 32 games in the league. 11 in total in 33, and he's yet to score this year. So he has been upgraded from an already high 79 shooting to 84 shooting because he scored 6 goals in 32 league games, whereas Raheem Sterling has been downgraded from 74 shooting to 73 shooting, even though he scored 18 goals in 33 league games. I don't get it. Here's why I think Matuidi probably won't see much time, guys, because Milinkovic-Savic is in the is basically in he's there. He's upgraded. A massive upgrade all the way from his 80 rated card the start of last game. He's been upgraded 5 ratings. Interestingly enough, he's actually been downgraded 1 pace. He's been upgraded 4 shooting, 2 passing. Physical remains. He's gone up 2 defending and 1 dribbling. It's actually not a huge upgrade by and large. In fact, even compared to his 80 rated card, it's not a huge upgrade. He's been downgraded in pace, which is interesting. What, of course, we will love about this card is that he's got 4-star weak foot, 4-star skill moves. He's 6 foot 3 inches tall. I actually don't think this is representative of an 85 rated card. I don't think that you'll see many people, depending on what his in-game stats are, of course, and that's true to all of these. Like Ascencio's 84 shooting might be heavily driven by penalties, volleys, long shots and shot power, whereas Sterling's 73 shooting might be heavily driven by finishing and positioning, basically. You know what I mean? Like, we need to see the in-game stats before we can make definitive opinions on these guys. But this Milinkovic-Savic, it's just not very good. It's not a great card. You're going to have to wait until he gets a first, a second, maybe even a third in form before he's got one of those cards that you look at and you think, well, this is just a guy that I need to have in my team. You know, once he goes up to 75 pace or so, 82, 84 defending, a little bit more passing, a little bit more shooting, he'll be that guy that we remembered him as in FIFA 18. But before then, just, it's a bit of a waste of a card. Next up, Joshua Kimmich, guys. The young German right back has burst onto the scene. Typical use of the word burst there, considering how little pace he has. For both club and country in recent seasons, and for good reason. With 82 dribbling, 83 passing, Kimmich has the composure and technique to be the paragon of the modern attacking fullback, and 77 defending rating that keeps his backline safe as well. So in EA's opinion, a paragon of the modern fullback is a defender that is slow and can't defend, but has decent dribbling and decent passing. I disagree. I think the modern fullback is a fullback that is absolutely rapid with good attacking qualities. Your Kyle Walkers, your Hector Bellerin's, got to throw him in there. Your Alexandros. However, it is also fair to say that, you know, watching Kimmich play and watching someone like, for example, Monreal play. Monreal for Arsenal, not the fastest, but constantly bombing up and down the field. I think Kimmich plays that similar role for Bayern, and I think one of the problems that Kimmich has and some of the other Bayern players will have is the fact that because Bayern are so dominant and he probably rarely has to track back, he probably rarely shows how fast he actually might be or how good his defending might actually be, because he's always covered by Hummels, Boateng, Zule, for example, you know? So that's interesting. In terms of his card last year, he did have an 81 to start with. It got a minor upgrade to an 84. He's gained 1 pace, 1 shooting. He's lost 1 passing, gained 1 physical, lost 1 defending, the same dribbling. Once again, much like some of the cards we've already seen here, this is not representative of an 85 rated card. It's just not. I mean, you look at this stat, not a single face card stat above 83, only 2 of them in the 80s. This card should be rated like 80 at best. I don't understand. Anyway, Edin Dzeko up next. Obviously, he's had a good season, a good couple of years actually. The last 2 years, he's been upgraded from an 84 to an 85. He's gone up 2 pace, 2 shooting, 1 passing, 1 dribbling, 14 defending, and 1 physical. He has 4-star weak foot, 2-star skill moves, which hasn't changed. He's 6'4", medium work rates. The traditional striker reigns supreme in the Italian capital, taking advantage of his size and pure finishing and ability to dominate the scoring charts in the Serie A. The all-time leading goal scorer for Bosnia, Dzeko uses his impressive 85 shooting rating to do one thing: score goals. And in terms of like Kimmich as well, this is a bad card. It's hard for EA to capture how good a player like Dzeko is and put it into stats, because he is just somebody who has great positioning, great finishing, and just a footballing brain. And you can't program a footballing brain into a video game. It just doesn't work. He's got low pace. He'll feel clunky as hell with low dribbling. He's got low physicals, which I actually think is a little bit harsh. He's got low passing. He's literally only got shooting. It's just not a great card. Not a great card. Next up, we have got Koke. So a position change for Koke, out from the centre of the park into the left-hand side. A complete midfielder in the mould of his countryman Xavi. The Spaniard pulls the strings from the middle of the pitch. Left mid. For both club and country, his stellar 88 passing rating gives him the tools to create just about anything from through balls to 1-2 passes to crosses. Space is never a premium on the pitch for Koke either, as he twists and turns his way through the opposition using his 82 dribbling rating. So he's been downgraded by 3 pace. same shooting, upgraded 2 passing, 1 dribbling, upgraded 4 defending, upgraded 2 physical. I mean, he's been given a small upgrade, even though his overall card is actually the same as his 85 of last year. This is not going to be a card anyone uses. Again, this will be your typical SBC cannon fodder. A left mid with 69 pace. Nobody's interested in that. Nobody. I'm sorry, but it doesn't matter what EA will do to try and negate pace in FIFA and in FUT. Chem stars will always prove that fast players will always be the most sought after players. Koke doesn't really have a role for us. Next up, we've got Marco Royce, the prodigal son for EA, guys. Marco Royce is one of those guys that could have 10 horrendous seasons in a row and still have one of the most overpowered cards in the game. The German international has one of the most comprehensive skill sets in Europe. He is dangerous anywhere in the attack, though he absolutely thrives on the left flank. While very quick, his technique on the ball is even better, ensuring that he doesn't lose the ball in the middle of the park for flying up one of the ranks. So what's funny about Royce is I love Marco Royce. I'm just a huge fan of him. I love watching him play. I've loved him in FIFA. But it doesn't matter how many times he gets injured or how badly he'll do through a season due to his injury, he always gets given an incredibly overpowered card. So he has been downgraded a little bit from last year, an 86 down to an 85, 3 pace loss, 1 dribbling gain, 1 shooting loss, 2 passing loss, physical the same, defending a little higher. This will still be a great card. The issue of his card this year is that he had 68 stamina. And I assume with low physicals, he'll once again have low stamina. So you won't really be able to utilize him for 90 minutes. But you could just use him as a super sub. You could use him as a starter and then sub him out mid-game. You got options with this card. But this is a very, very broken card again, with really, really well-rounded stats. I think early game, he'll actually be super overpowered. Next up, guys, we have got Filipe Luis. Filipe Luis going down. The ideal left-back needs a balanced combination of defense and attack, tilting towards one or the other when his team needs it. Experienced Brazilian fullback Luis has a perfect mix, highlighted by an 81 defending rating and 79 dribbling rating, easily allowing him to switch gears at the drop of a hat. So still 3-star, 3-star. He's been downgraded 1. He's lost 6 pace points. Same shooting, same passing. He's been downgraded 1 physical and 2 defending, and upgraded 1 dribbling. Is that fair? I mean, maybe so. I know Hernandez plays a little bit for Atletico Madrid out on that left-hand side now. Maybe Filipe Luis is kind of not the guy that he used to be. Maybe he's getting on a bit now. He's 32 years old. It's the curse. It's the age curse for EA. EA are like, wait, he's 32? Let's drop that pace. It's just typical, man. They did it with like so many players. Mikuli and Di Natale, Samuel Eto'o. EA are like, wait, this guy's like in his 30s? No way he could be that fast. It'd be interesting to see what they give Ronaldo for pace this year. Next up, guys, Vincent Kompany. So Manchester City's captain is a true leader at the back, able to marshal his troops with the same efficiency that he dispossesses opponents and snuffs out the attacks. The hearty Belgian's 85 defending rating is world class on its own, but he backs it up with an imposing 81 physical rating that means he comes out on top in just about any challenge. He's also been downgraded massively for pace from 63 down to 56. His shooting remains, passing remains. He's lost some physical but gained some defending, and he's lost a little bit of dribbling. By and large, this is a very similar card, just a little bit slower. Once again, with the way FIFA works, unless they've really changed how the dynamic of the game works this year, which I personally don't think that they would have done, I think it's safe to say and fair to say that much like this year, we won't see Vincent Kompany used at all. I mean, his end of an era card last year was great, 80 pace on that, 96 defending, 95 dribbling. But yeah, this card is not really going to get used as much as this card's not really going to get used. Arjen Robben, another one deep into his 30s now, another one with injury problems as well. Consistently rated as one of the top wingers in the world for quite a while now, the Dutchman continues to have some of the best technique and movement out there. His signature style, cutting in from the right wing to shoot on his left foot, is now commonplace, but he remains the master. His 88 dribbling ability is as jaw-dropping as ever, and his finishing forces the goalkeeper all over Europe to pick the ball out of the net on a regular basis. So again, I kind of just want to look at something about the shooting of Arjen Robben, right? And how we can compare this again to Sterling, and how the ideologies of giving these stats out just doesn't make sense, and seems at times that it's based more on just randomness than anything else. Like last year, Arjen Robben for Bayern scored 5 goals in 21 games. The year before, 13 goals in 26 games. Quite a good year. The year before, 4 goals in 15 games. Like, he has not been a consistent scorer in general. You know, in the last 3 years, scoring only 22 goals in near 60 games, over 60 games, in fact. So that's 1 goal every 3 games over a 3-year period. For a team as dominant as Bayern, that's not actually spectacular, right? So it again just miffs me a little bit how someone like Raheem Sterling just has 73 or 74 shooting coming off the back of an insane scoring season, and Robben has 85 shooting coming off the back of a terrible scoring season. Of course, you have to take into consideration the fact that Robben has been a beast for many years. We know that he has got a great shot. We know he has great power, but these ratings, in my personal opinion, should be relevant to where they are in their career right now, not relevant to where they were in their career 5, 8, or 10 years ago, you know, or you know, like whatever. That's my personal opinion. In terms of his card, he has dropped 7 pace points. 7, guys. 7 pace points. He's dropped 1 physical, same defending, 2 dribbling, 1 shooting increase, and passing the same. So other than pace, it's a very similar card to his card from last year. They've just dumped his pace again, I guess because he's getting on a bit now. 34 years old for Arjen Robben. So I guess they're just like, hey man, he's old. Let's make him slow. I can only assume that that's going to be his idea behind that. Next up, guys, we have Alisson, the Liverpool goalkeeper, the newly signed Liverpool goalkeeper. Alisson from, of course, Roma. I can't spell, guys. Apologies if this video is a bit too long as well. I know some of you guys like the shorter videos, but the Brazilian shot stopper was brought to the Merseyside club this summer to improve the defence of the goal, with the goal of taking repeat trip to the Champions League final. He excels in many of the top goalkeeping traits, but his 88 reflexes and 85 kicking are the highlights that made him so highly valued this summer. And he actually has a good card, but not a great card. What I want to look at is so compared to last season, compared to like the last year's card, he's been given a 7 diving boost, a 5 handling boost, a 15 kicking boost, a 5 positioning boost, a 10 speed boost, and a 2 reflexes boost. He has actually been upgraded massively, which is great. However, what I want to look at is Jack Butland's card of this year. So Jack Butland of this year has 81 diving, 83 handling, and 85 reflexes. So he's actually very similar to Alisson. In fact, he has more handling and only 1 less diving. What like for me personally, kicking and speed aren't super relevant in goalkeepers. Positioning, handling, diving, and reflexes are. So although Alisson has 5 more positioning than Butland, this is an 85 rated goalkeeper, and he's just a little low. Like diving, handling, and positioning, you'd expect them to be in kind of like the mid 80s instead of the low 80s for a mid 80s rated goalkeeper. Maybe that's just my opinion, but that's where we're at with that. We then go to Abbar, so another guy who has been downgraded in pace, and it seems to be a trend here of EA downgrading players for pace. So another complete and balanced left back, the Austrian international can defend with the best, but he's also a valuable weapon in his team's attacking arsenal. He often flies up the wing, shrugging off his counterparts with his 82 rated pace, and helps create for teammates with his 80 passing and dribbling ratings. And what's really interesting is they think that flying up the wing is 82 pace. Brilliant. He's got a 4-star weak foot still, which is great. I mean, this is still a really well-rounded card. He's been downgraded by 4 pace, shooting remains, downgraded by 1 passing, dribbling remains, downgraded by 1 defending, and upgraded by 1 physical. So other than pace, this is again, by and large, the same card. He's been dropped by 4 pace points. What would be interesting is because there has been a general shift in pace downwards, I wonder if they've just recalculated either how they calculate the pace stat, or if they've changed the position importance for acceleration and sprint speed. So David Alaba might have really, really high sprint speed but relatively low acceleration, or really high acceleration but relatively low sprint speed. It'll be interesting to see the in-game stats of pace and how it goes. But I'll also be interested to see if this reduction in pace is a trend across the whole board instead of just in a few select players. Next up, guys, we've got Fabinho. Obviously, another Another brand new Liverpool signing, another valuable defensive addition by Liverpool this past summer. Brazilian midfielder Fabinho's ratings show exactly why the Premier League Giants wanted him. Premier League Giants, stop here. His equally strong defending and physical ratings make him the perfect candidate for sweeping away attacks in front of the back line and bullying opponents off the ball without even breaking a sweat. So 2-star weak foot, not ideal. Same as Matuidi, you know, it's going to be a slight problem. But with that being said, this is a very strong card. In terms of last year, he again has also been downgraded in pace. From 74 down to 71. He's been upgraded by 4 shooting, passing remains the same. He's lost 1 physical, defending the same, dribbling the same. It's a very similar card, but once again, a little bit of a downgrade. And in talks of downgrading pace, Arturo Vidal, now at Barcelona, has been cut to shreds. Dropped from 75 pace down to 57 pace. I'm sorry, but what? He's only 31 years old, man. Like, whatever. His defending and physical are about the same. 84 defending versus 83 last year. 83 physical versus 84 last year. His dribbling has gone down 1. His passing has gone down 1. His shooting has gone down 1. His card overall has been downgraded by 2. A small downgrade in all of the categories. A massive downgrade in pace. And once again, I can only hope that this is an across-the-board thing. And not something that is just specific to certain players. We then have Van Dijk, guys, who I think is going to be one of the standout defenders in the game this year. 85 rated, upgraded from an 83 of last year. Same work rate, same skill foot, same weak foot and skill moves and weak foot and stuff. He's gone up 2 defending. He's gone down 1 physical. He has the same passing, the same shooting, the same dribbling, and he has been downgraded again by 2 pace. But with a shadow card or an anchor card, he'll get a good pace boost, a good defending and physical boost, and he's super, super tall. And he's got like good dribbling stats, so his agility and such will be quite nice. His reactions will be nice. He'll be a very usable card. I do think he's going to be one of the most OP guys in the game. Early game, for sure. The first 4, 6, maybe 8 weeks, I think he's going to be a really strong contender in a lot of people's squads. But again, a pace downgrade that moves us on to Diego Costa. So Diego Costa has been downgraded from an 86 to an 85. He has remained the same for pace, the same for shooting, the same for dribbling. He has lost 1 physical and 1 passing, but he has gained 9 defending. He now has 4-star weak foot and 2-star skill moves, so he's lost 1 skill moves as well. This won't be a great card. If he does get some informs and stuff, he gets up into that low 80s pace, he'll be very usable, a little bit boost on dribbling. Good shooting, good physical. If crossing is back, if crossing is effective, Diego Costa will be effective. You know, nice and big, good shooting, good physical. He'll be able to head the ball a lot, no problems at all. But generally speaking, this again won't be a very usable card. So there we have it, guys. Sorry that this took 30 minutes to get to, you know, 30 minutes to get through. But there we have it with these players. I think some of the decisions and choices that EA have made here are very, very head-scratching. I think some of them make perfect sense. I think we won't really get a true understanding of what card means what until we can see the in-game stats of these cards, and then when we can get our hands on the game and have a feel as to what's overpowered, what's the new meta, and how do these cards translate in that manner. But this, guys, is going to be the end of the video for now. If you did enjoy it, be sure to leave a like, rating, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. But for now, guys, I'm out. Peace.